Okay, so I promise, I promise this is not like a, a wardrobe experiment. It is again November 1st, 2025. And yes, I'm indeed wearing something different again. I've been playing volleyball with my twins out in the street. So, all right, now I want to switch gears. So obviously, we are a small and growing company. And because of that, one thing that is both exciting and daunting is the establishment of policies and procedures, expectations, all of it. I want for our culture to always be one of teamwork, where I've got your back and I know that you've got mine. Okay. Our business is action oriented. So much, I'm sure you've seen it, so much of what we are about is advocating and doing things that have to be done in accordance with either Texas workforce policy or common courtesy or common sense. Or but the point is, we do not accomplish anything when we're just idle. Okay, so we have to be on the ball with emails, with phone calls, with communication. So in addition, so we've recently renamed our staff meetings to action staff meetings. Why? Because we want to be a staff that takes care of stuff in the moment, right? In the moment. So during staff meetings, if there's a phone call that needs to be made, we make it. If there's an email that needs to be sent, we send it, okay? What we're trying to accomplish in the staff meeting, I want that to carry over from day to day in our business life, right? Because we have full-time caseload, okay? Each of you have got a lot on your plate. I get it, okay? But I also know that if I was able to handle 30, then you guys can take on what you've got. I have no question. I would not have hired you if I thought that you could take anything less than, 20 cases. I mean, truly, I think that most everybody of average intellect and ability can handle 15, 20 or more cases as long as they're organized and they're taking action. So along the theme of action, I'm introducing action steps. Okay, if I send you an action step email with things that I'm asking to be done, what I'm wanting is a response. Okay, I might or might not give a deadline on a specific task, but when I send out an action email that has that title, action steps, then I'm really wanting those things to be done. Now, guys, you know me. You know that I'm, for all intents and purposes, a new-ish business owner. But I'm not new from a management standpoint. I've been a manager at different phases of my life. When I was in college, I was a manager of a retail store. I was a manager. Where else? Gosh, there was something else that's escaping me right now. Anyway, the point being, I have been in charge of people before, and I know how it works, and I also know my weaknesses. I can be too lenient. I can be too loose and unstructured. So these videos and this training series is an effort to address my own weaknesses, okay? But also to strengthen all of us together, because it hurts our clients. It hurts our counselors if we're not taking care of stuff in a timely way. It hurts our reputation. It hurts their feelings because we're not addressing their needs in the way or as quickly as it's necessary to satisfy them. And remember, at the end of the day, it's all about customer service. But our customers and really our bosses are everybody. Our customers, they're our bosses. Our VRCs, they're our bosses. Our RAs, they're our bosses. Everybody is our boss, and they have expectations, and those expectations are usually reasonable. The thing that makes it difficult for us is we have so many cases that we're trying to juggle, but that's just the nature of it, y'all. That's just the nature of it. The more cases we have, That's why it is so important to have the checklists. That's why it is so important to have at a glance, so that we can always see where we are. And if you have not built this into your daily habit, I'm encouraging you to do so. When I was overseeing cases, when I was working them, I would print out the at a glance almost at least every couple of days, because I wanted to see where I was with the customer. Okay, I wanted to try to keep track of what was priority, what could wait, because it's a balancing act, right? We have a lot going on. We do. All right. But back to the action steps emails. Okay, I am going to try really hard to get good at sending you guys action steps emails, and again, I think it's probably going to be for you guys a pain in the butt, if I'm honest. Okay, I think it would be for me too, at least in the beginning, until you get used to it. I think you sense that for as long as you've been with me, I have been a little bit too unstructured. I have been a little bit too loose in what is expected. And now I'm working on strengthening that, because, again, as I mentioned in other videos, and we've talked about it many times, we are moving toward recruitment. And I do need to strengthen policies and procedures and expectations for everybody so that we can all win, okay? But what we want to avoid, the pitfalls, if we're not staying on top of our cases, that comes back and bites us. It really does. It bites us in terms of customer dissatisfaction. It comes back and bites us in the form of complaints. Okay, it comes back and bites us into in the form of weakened reputation, so that a counselor is thinking twice about maybe sending us referrals because of complaints that have come through. So we really, really need to make sure that we're on the ball. Okay, and that's the part of the reason why I want to begin these action steps emails, so that it helps everybody. And guys, listen, you know that I am doing my very best to lead with humility. And if you have a problem with how we're doing things, come to me. Okay, if it's something that you cannot talk openly about in staff meeting, then come to me privately and let's talk about it and see where to take it. Okay, but these are necessary strategies, methods that I feel like we got to have in terms of communication. We are a speedboat. We're not an ocean liner. We have to be able to pivot. We have to be able to move quickly. Okay, we have to be able to get things done. Okay, in a timely way. And if I'm going to be an effective overseer, an effective manager and leader, then I have to be able to ask for things to be done and to see those things through. To be able to expect that those things are going to be achieved for the sake of our customers. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It's not about me. It's not about growing my bank account. It's not even about you. Okay. Well, it is, because I do want to build you up as much as I can. I do want you to believe that you can do this, without a doubt. Okay. Without a doubt, you absolutely can, or else I wouldn't have hired you. Okay. On that note, you both have incredible strength socially, with your warmth, with your compassion, your level of engagement, your approachability. So, those are awesome strengths to have. Okay, what gets us is the devil is in the details. There's so much, and I sympathize. Trust me, I think I've made all of the mistakes there are, honestly. And I make new ones all the time. But we learn from those mistakes, and we fall forward. We fail forward. We figure stuff out and refine systems and processes and make improvements. And this is one of those improvements. Okay, so I'm going to start sending as best I can remember, and I'm not going to be perfect. I'm going to mess up. It's not going to be, we're still going to drop things on occasion, but I'm going to do my very best to oversee more effectively the cases that we have, case by case. We're going to examine them every week, and continue to have those meetings and go through the checklists and how it informs the at a glance, so that we can always know where we are. But I have to do a better job of reviewing that information daily. daily so that I know what to expect of you guys. So just get ready. I'm going to, even now start, just mentally prepare. I will be sending action steps. The expectation for you is that you take care of those things, okay, and that you respond back to me. Okay, I want to close the loop. So the start of the loop is me communicating with you, and then you complete the loop by responding to that communication, to that action steps email with what has been achieved, what has been accomplished, okay? And I'm going to trust you that those things are going to be done, okay? And that you're gonna respond. So again, I think that's enough. I don't mean for this to turn into a browbeating, okay? This is an area that I feel like we can improve upon. And that as your director, this is something that I need to improve upon, because the bottom line is, it's my fault. The responsibility, the buck stops with me. And if I'm not making these changes, I can't expect you guys to. That wouldn't be right. Okay. So I think that's about all I have about the Action Steps initiative. So let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Hey, looking forward to spending time with you guys Monday. All right. Bye-bye.